Ah, Colombia. When it comes to football, Colombia is quite a particular place, a country where this is a stonewall penalty, this is a goal as the ball obviously crossed the line, and this friendly fella can run your club and turn them into serial champions by definitely not threatening all referees. But even that level of madness cannot compare to one of the worst things that you can do in sports: celebrate when you've actually not won anything. In this video, I've compiled the two most egregious examples of this happening in Colombian football. Teams that celebrated a trophy that they didn't even win. December of 1993 was a pretty chill time in Colombia, which is why it was the perfect opportunity to have the best title race in their history. After a grueling season with 55 games played by each of the title contenders, all four teams qualified for the final quadrangular reached the last match day tied on points. Junior, Deportivo Independiente Medellín, or DIM for short, Atlético Nacional, and América de Cali. As it stood, however, Junior was top of the standings due to extra points that they had accumulated in the previous stages of the championship. And if the two games ended in a draw, they would win the league. And so, on December 19th, 1993, the Paisa derby between Atlético Nacional and DIM would take place at the same time as the match between Junior and América, with all four teams having a chance at securing the title with a win. Junior had the chance to take an early lead when they were given a penalty. However, Oscar Córdoba saved the attempt from Valenciano, and so both the scoreboard and the table remained the same. But only minutes later, Alex Escobar with a great strike would give América the lead and put them top of the standings. The derby in Medellín was still scoreless, and so at halftime, this is how the table looked. But in the second half in Barranquilla, after a cross from Valenciano, Miguel El Niche Guerrero would score to equalize for Junior and put them once again on the driver's seat. And with only 15 minutes to go, Guerrero would strike again with a golazo that put Junior within arm's length of the trophy. But this scoreline would only last a couple of minutes, as this time it was América, the one who were awarded a penalty. Wilson Perez scored to level the game, and so things were just like they were at the start. But almost at the same time in the other game, Carlos Castro shot from distance and caught the goalkeeper Castañeda asleep, scoring the goal that was giving Independiente Medellín the title with only 7 minutes to go. And so when the ref blew the whistle, DIM celebrated what was one of the most historic nights for the club, as they became champions of Colombia for the first time in 36 years by beating none other than their fierce rivals, getting to celebrate in front of their faces. The players and fans cheered on, while reporters rushed to the pitch to interview the protagonist of the story.
Ha sido lo más hermoso que me ha sucedido en mi vida, incluso por encima de... ¡Gol de Junior! ¡Gol de Junior, Carlos Enrique! ¿Cómo lo recibe, Carlos? Muy doloroso. No has esperado en los últimos 30 segundos jugar del pibe.
Because yes, like you just heard, the game in Barranquilla was still not over, as the second half started way later compared to the game in Medellín. And in a shocking turn of events, América had a corner kick with only 30 seconds to go, and they sent all of its players forward trying to get the win that would make them champions. But after losing the ball, Junior hit on the counter-attack, and it would be Carlos Valderrama assisting Nene Mackenzie, who dribbled past the keeper and scored in the last kick of the game to give Junior the championship and to shatter the hearts of DIM into a million pieces, who at least got to celebrate the championship for 5 minutes before it was stripped away from their hands. However, about 20 years later, Junior would be the protagonist of an incident much, much worse. It was May 2014 and the team from Barranquilla faced Atlético Nacional in the final for the Colombian Championship. In the first leg, Junior won 1-0 at home, and so everything would be decided in Medellín. Only 2 minutes in, Alexis Enriquez equalized the tie for Nacional, But in the 16th minute, Tolosa put Junior in front again. The clock kept ticking, and the away team were mere seconds away from celebrating their 8th league title. But in the dying minutes of the match, John Valoy connected with a header to score the goal that forced a penalty shootout. Shootout that Atlético Nacional would win to be crowned champions of Colombia. Up until now, everything was normal. Yes, it was a pretty dramatic and intense final, but its outcome was pretty clear. However, a full 5 days later, a random Twitter account called Todo Sobre Fútbol tweeted that the Colombian League had decided to award Junior the title since Nacional had made 4 substitutions during the game instead of 3 as it was standard back then. This tweet went viral and spread like wildfire on different forums of the Colombian football community. Common sense would tell you that nobody would fall for a tweet that was posted by an account with very few followers, especially when you can look up the game data or watch it again if you want, just to double check that this wasn't true. And surely if it was true, somebody must have noticed something so obvious, like the clubs would have released statements, it would be all over the news, and the league would have launched an investigation. Or at least be a little bit suspicious that according to this tweet, the new trophy ceremony will take place at 6 in the morning. But as you will learn, dear viewer, common sense is pretty hard to find among Junior fans, who upon seeing this tweet stormed the streets in the thousands to celebrate the nearly acquired title, with fans thanking in front of TV cameras that justice was served.
Estoy celebrando que se hizo justicia en el deporte y en el equipo del Junior.
Not satisfied with this, the same account later posted that Atlético Nacional would be relegated to the second division as punishment for breaking the rules. Celebrations continued until the morning, when all organizations involved released statements confirming that this was fake news, because obviously Nacional had never performed 4 substitutions, and so they got to keep the title, and Junior got to keep the shame of celebrating a trophy that was never theirs, and they are reminded of it every single 26th of May.
Hombre, las redes sociales nos engañaron y que había que Junior ya clasificado, que Junior ya tenía la octava estrellas. Mentira.
Well, I don't know how to close out this video, so I wanna shout out all of the members of the channel that voted for this video, including Mateo Ivan Tournier, Albert Cardenas, Patrick Milley, Rusty Shackelford, Crate, 8744, Martolio, Ramon YT, Buxonex, GTA Seisaso, Pinball 97, Bindil Luila, The Crisis, Osen D. Lino, Mello, Harry Sackman, Vincent, The Muffin Man, Tania Quiroz, Martes, Sebbol, Leonardo Melnik, Santiago Lebro, Nick, Cielo Noir, Friday Mine, Elijah TM, A Peaceful Friend, Karun, Old School NASCAR, Diog, The Boy, Alex, Comfy Futon, Mr. Pink, All Rivers LLC, Nick Pro, Sadik, and Tapiwa M. If you want to become a member of the channel and be able to vote on polls to choose the topic of the next video, as well as getting early access to all of my videos and custom emojis to use during comments in chat and in the videos, make sure to click the join button below to learn more. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.